So, as of the last video, you saw a little bit about how to use the mixer brush, but now we want to apply it to photo. So in photo, what I'm going to ask you to do is find one of your original photographs that you can use the mixer brush on to turn it into a digital painting. And basically what you do is you open that up, and you're going to Control J the background layer. So I'm going to hit Control, I'm going to tap on the letter J, and I made a copy. I want you to double click on that, and I want you to call that painting. I'm going to call it painting 2 just because I have one from a previous demo. So I want to work on the painting layer. You want to make 1,000,000% sure that everything is listed, everything that you do is on your painting layer, okay? So the cool part about this is that I have my background layer. That one should remain untouched. So you can see the difference between your painted version and your original. We're not looking for photorealism now. We're looking for a beautiful, artistic, painterly approach. So if I come in here and I zoom in, and please know you need to zoom in. You must zoom in. If you would like to make sure to ensure you don't get like those funky colors mixed in from what's in your color picker, my suggestion is to go to your eyedropper, click on some color from here. I'm going to click on sort of that lighter grayish tone, and that's what's going to be in my color picker. So as I'm blending, I'm sure I'm not going to get any of those funky colors, okay? We go to my blender. Again, choose an appropriate paintbrush or regular brush. Take a look at what you have up here. You can match what I have, or you can kind of experiment. And then I want you to start doing sort of short painterly strokes. And I want you to realize if I start with the bright, if you look up, if I start where the bright is and I pull it over, that light color travels. If I start by the dark and pull it over, it's that dark color that gets blended in and travels. So it is really important where you start your click. That's going to impact what your piece looks like, okay? So you're going to go all the way through here. Again, I'm taking sort of short clicking and sweeping motions, like you're sweeping the floor in a very vigorous fashion, like you're, Snow White singing to the birdies or whatever. So you're going to go in there, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to start sweeping this color around. And again, the great part is you can change your brush size. Don't forget those bracket keys are very important. But you want to make sure that you're checking on your progress. I turn this eyeball off. That's before. That's after. Now, you can see some streaks in there. They look awesome. I like them. No problem. You're not going to see a lot of impact in this dull of a sky. But when I start to travel to an area such as this tree, I'm going to see more impact. I'm going to go ahead with a slightly smaller brush, and I'm going to go ahead and almost in like a little arc, I'm going to go ahead and click, and if I need more dark in there, I'm going to click and drag that one up. If I need it to be brighter, I start with the bright and I move it towards the dark. So again, it's a lesson in balance, okay? And let's say I hate that, no problem. I'm going to click some of that green, and I'm going to pull it up where it came from and try to move that around. Now again, it's going to look much less photorealistic, which is very much what we don't do in here. That's why this is such a cool way to work. Some of you will absolutely love working like this. It's very, very nice, especially if you have dabbled in other kinds of art, like in painting and such. So you can see I've blended that a little bit. This is my before, and that's my after. So again, taking that color and sort of pulling it up. Look, I didn't even remember to change this color, and I'm still doing okay. Now, as we get to the grasses, you're going to want to remember, if I start at the bottom of the grasses and I pull it up, the nice little sort of wispy edges that I've just made, as I move up, they're kind of disappearing because I'm smearing above it. So in this case, I would start back here and work my way forward. I'm taking just very short clicks, click, 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 and dragging them quickly upwards to gain or lose that mixing, that sort of idea of what that is all about. So I'm going to continue on my way as I get closer. To help with the illusion of depth, I might go with a slightly bigger brush to kind of move that forward and then get a little bit more here. Maybe not quite as quick moving up top, okay? So that area before and after, there's before, and that's after. Again, it just has a more painted approach. Last area I'm going to talk about is in something that you need structure in. You don't want it to look like a big fuzzy blob, but you do want it to look painterly. So what I would suggest, zoom in. Remember, Control Plus. You have your zoom wheel on your mouse if you use the mouse, but I'm going to go with a smaller brush. Notice how small that is. I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it in the same direction as those sort of striations that are on the edge of that barn. Okay? So let's say I go like that and I realize I just lost that line. Cool thing about this is that, let's say, oh, I don't even know when it happened. I can't undo it. I'm going to come in here to my brush tool, but actually I'm going to go, to my eyedropper. I'm going to eyedropper that dark color so it's in my color picker. I'm going to go to my regular brush tool. Make it small. Honestly, it doesn't even matter what brush it is. All I want to do is put some of that dark color back in there. And then I'm going to move back over to my mixer brush. And I can now blend that in. And I can add those values. So let's say I want to put some like rust kind of colored. I'm going to come back in. Grab whatever. I'm going to go right here. There's that little hint of that sort of brownish, warmer color. I'm going to come in and I'm going to pop a few in there. And then I'm going to come back. Mixer brush. And I'm going to sort of grab them and blend them. And get those warmer tones in there. And pretty much just kind of squeak my way around and really just get those pieces blended in a fashion that I really like, but without forgetting, take a look at it, see what you're liking, see what you're missing, add in colors, do all that great work. And then finally also zoom out and check out the effect on it as well, because you're going to see some pretty profound effects happening. But again, do not forget, Control J your first layer. Don't start and be destructive. Rename this project as your digital painting. Take a look and make sure you are on your color mixer. Make sure you've checked. You can kind of manipulate these a little bit. You don't have to go crazy. You'll notice I didn't even touch mine after I initially started it. Beyond that, my suggestion is to open up a blank, open up a blank document, use your regular paintbrush to sort of lay down some paint, then go to your mixer brush and try it out, just to kind of see what happens. From there, open up your original image. I don't want you to find an image somewhere. I want this to be yours, okay? Find that original image of yours and start working on it. This will be one that we revisit every so often. This will be one of those back burner projects where, hey, you're done early, why don't you do some of your painting? That sort of way. So if you have any questions, please make sure you let me know. We just want you to be successful, to try a different way of working the really beautiful finished work. And that's it.